Everyone walks a path in life. As hunters, our path leads us to a common destination.
I made a great shot.
Welcome back to Hunt Hard. We're going out of state this week.
And first up, we're taking you with Tyler, and he is hunting on the family farm in Indiana.
Well, it is November 16th, midday. Getting ready to go out on our last bow sit for the year until late season. Got down yesterday down here to Indiana and checked all the trail cameras. We got one buck that he's just all over our trail cameras. He's got 3 points on the one side, and he's broken off or malformed or something on the right hand side. We kept looking at pictures of him, trying to figure out what his deal was. He seems to be the dominant buck in the area, and his body looks really big, but some shots, his rack, the one side that's still on there, looks like a big one, and other shots it looks kind of weird. So we're trying to figure out what was going on with him, and I caught a glimpse of him this morning walking along the edge of the cornfield. He's an absolute brute. He's a big mature deer, so I got a pretty good idea of where he's going to be this afternoon. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to go after him and see if we can't get it done. Stay tuned.
I don't need any sympathy. I just want to fit in. I'm gonna live my life and enjoy every day. Orthotech, building better lives.
Orthotech, prosthetics and orthotics, Flint, Saginaw, West Branch, Cass City, and Port Huron.
10 Point Taxidermy out of Whitehall, Michigan can help you preserve your trophy of a lifetime. For a quick turnaround and great prices, call Bill at 10 Point Taxidermy, 231-750-7426. Gold Star Outdoors, located in Edmore, Michigan, has a huge selection of outdoor products. Guns, bows, arrows, ammo, camo, fishing gear, the list goes on and on. Gold Star Outdoors in Edmore, Michigan.
If you are looking for the latest and greatest in outdoor equipment, come see us at Gold Star Outdoors.
Well, I saw the buck that I was after tonight. He's actually a 7-point. He's got 3 on one side, 2 broken off on the right hand side brow tine, and a kicker on his right brow. Had him at about 40 yards. Thought about taking the shot, but there was a crosswind about 15, 16 miles per hour, and I just didn't feel comfortable taking the shot. So he was exactly where I thought he was going to be, working a scrape line, set up on him good. I just couldn't pull the trigger on him. So good news is rifle season opens tomorrow, so I'll be after him with the 300 Win Mag. Got a pretty good idea where he's going to be again, and I'm going to go after him. Hopefully I can connect with him tomorrow morning. Well, here he is. This is a buck that we've been seeing a lot of. We got a lot of pictures of him. I've seen him a few times this weekend. He's kind of taken up residence as the dominant buck in this area. We've got a lot of bigger bucks than him, but for some reason this is kind of his home turf. So I decided last night that if I saw him this morning, I was going to take him out. And I saw him at about 150 yards, grunted at him, and he came right in. Smoked him at 25 yards. Blood all over the place, easy blood trail, and there he was at the end of it. So it's the first buck I've shot in 6 years, and I'm super pumped about it, so woo!
Well, it's been a few years, but Tyler finally got it done on a family farm down in Indiana. What an awesome buck for him.
Yeah, next we're going to be going out to New Mexico with Brandon Travis as he chases an elk.
Me, my father-in-law, and my wife's uncle have been saving up to go on a trip out west hunting for elk for several years. This past year in the summer, it all ended up coming together, and we were heading out west to go on the hunt of a lifetime. It was truly the best hunting experience I've ever had, and I'm going to do everything I can to get back out west as soon as possible, because that was unreal. You know, we're from Michigan. We bow hunt deer in Michigan, so to do something like this was completely out of the ordinary for us, and it was incredible, and I can really see myself back out in the mountains as soon as I can get back out there. It was a 26-hour drive out to the Albuquerque, New Mexico area where we were hunting. We took 2.5 days to get out there, and when we got into camp, everything was really wet. It had been raining for about 4 or 5 days straight, and the elk were really spread out. Normally, due to some lack of water, they're a little more concentrated, so it was going to be a little harder to get into some of the areas that the elk normally were, because the roads were a little washed out and the elk were a little spread out. So going into it, it looked like we were going to have quite a bit of work to get on some elk, but to be honest with you, that wasn't the case, man. There were elk everywhere. Once we got there, we got settled into camp, and the first step was to go out and check everybody's guns. Brandon and Scott's guns were both right on right from the start. Rick's required a little bit of tweaking, but once he got her dialed in, we were ready to roll. So we got in camp, met everybody else that was there. We had a great group of guys. We had 12 people in camp, 8 of them were hunters, 4 other people, like Tyler was my cameraman, had a couple other cameramen in camp. We also had some guides and some camp staff, and everybody was awesome. It was a great group of people, made for an awesome experience. So everybody got to know each other. We kind of laid out how the hunt was going to go, ate some dinner, and then we hit the sack, get rested up for the next day, and it was hard to sleep. I mean, it was so exciting to be out there, out in the mountains with everything, you know, just so much different than we were used to, and I can't tell you how excited I was.
Going to bed already.
First night.
Everybody's excited.
Some of us are more prepared than others.
Yeah, let's see. We got nobody there. And the young boys nowhere to be found. Hopefully we're the smart ones going to bed. Alright, see you tomorrow morning at before 4.
So after dinner and before we went to bed was when we got paired up with our guides. We were really excited when they told us that we were going to be hunting with this kid, Caden. He's a 22-year-old kid, a lot of energy, elk hunting machine. He had said that he had 15 out of 15 so far that he had guided that had killed out. We were really pumped to be with him. We got to know him. He seemed like a really cool guy, really, really knew what he was doing. So we were excited the next morning to get out there and hunt with him.
So if you've never been out elk hunting out in the West, it's kind of like turkey hunting back here in the Midwest. You drive around in trucks, you get out, you call, try to get the elk to bugle, and that's how you locate them, and then you go stalk them from there. You also do a little spot and stalk kind of stuff. So kind of like turkey hunting, but it's definitely different than bow hunting deer. So the third spot we stopped at, we were able to locate a good bull. He was with a couple cows, and they were out in front of us. So we got out of the truck, kind of went around them, and headed towards them. We walked about a mile. We ended up kind of getting up where we could see them, and we had what you call salt cedars between us and the elk. They're like these big, deep, I don't know, 10-foot trenches with all these little brushy stuff in them, and they're kind of a pain to get across and get through. These elk just move through them like it's nothing, but for us, man, it was tough. So they were out on the other side of it, we were on, you know, behind it, and they kind of saw us, and we ended up spooking another one out of the salt cedars. He took off, so we had him running away from us. We had this other bull out with these two cows, and it was kind of a situation where we just couldn't quite get on him. He ended up going the other way, the one we were after, and we got down in the salt cedars, scooted through them, found a place to get out, and when we got up and out, those elk were gone. We couldn't find them. We don't know where they went. So, you know, that's kind of what happens. It was time to move on. So after stalking those two bulls and going through those salt cedars, our boots were caked in mud. We were exhausted. The elevation was really getting to us. We couldn't see them, but we had a pretty good idea of where they had bedded down for the day. So we decided to go back, get some food, get some fresh, dry clothes on, and get back after it in the afternoon.
Killer Food Plots have been helping property owners for over 20 years create premier whitetail habitat. Whether replenishing your soil with their all-natural organics fusion pellets or planting a premier KFP food plot seed blend to help your deer rebuild their bodies through spring and summer while supplying the much-needed high energy during and after the rut, you can trust that Killer Food Plots family and their products will help your deer achieve their full potential.
US 27 Motorsports and Trailers, located in St. John's, Michigan, has one of the largest selections of ATVs, UTVs, trailers, and now muddy hunting blinds. The staff at US 27 Motorsports and Trailers is here to help you get prepared for this upcoming season. Whether you need to haul out that big buck or stay warm on those cold nights, they're here to serve you. Save big with promo code BSHOT. Mention promo code BSHOT and save 20% on all muddy hunting gear and $200 off of any blind. Stay connected with your community and save money with the Cadillac News. Your 6-day subscription comes with your local newspaper in print and a digital replica you can read every day from your email or right off the Cadillac News app. Enjoy saving hundreds of dollars in coupons each week and a Reader Rewards card with some of the best discounts in town. Call today and get the subscription that fits your lifestyle. The Cadillac News. Trusted, local, and connected.
Alright, well, we got on a couple bulls this morning right away. Got to about 600 yards from one of them. Jumped one of them out of the bottom that we didn't see, and he took off both of them with shooters. We watched the one bigger one. It was a decent size 5x6. He went up into the hills, bed down, so hopefully we can get down below him tonight and this afternoon, have him come down, and hopefully we'll get a shot on him. We'll see. So when we headed out for the afternoon hunt, we had kind of an idea of where the original bull that we were after went and bedded down. We went to where he was at. We weren't able to locate him, so we went to a few more spots trying to locate elk and just really couldn't find anything. We saw a couple small bulls, a couple cows. Everything was kind of bedded in the middle of the day. We knew it was going to pick up a little later, so we just kind of kept at it and kept driving, and kept spotting, kept calling, and trying to locate some bulls. So we were driving along, and eventually Caden was able to spot a decent bull off in the distance. He was a long ways away. I don't know how far. It's hard to tell distance out there, but probably a mile or so. We couldn't really tell how good he was, but we could tell he was decent. So we talked it over and decided to get out and see if we could get closer and get a better look at it and see if it was something that we wanted to take a shot at. So we started our stalk on this bull, and we got kind of just started, and Caden spotted another bull between us and the other bull, and ended up getting a good look at him, and he was a better bull. He was a good bull. He was one that we wanted to shoot. So we got up to about 500 yards from him, and he was bedded down, and it was a shot that I'm not really comfortable with. We couldn't really see him very well. There was some brush, and 500 yards is just a long shot. So we felt like we could back out, go around, get our wind right, and move along some brush and get in closer to him. So that's what we decided to do, see if we can get in and get a shot on him.
Just to give you an idea of how good the elk hunting really is out there, as we were stalking this bull, we came around this hill, and you could still see the first bull we went after. He was watching us stalk this other bull the whole time. There's just elk everywhere. Everywhere we went, there was elk, elk, elk. So when we ended up getting back out and around the hill, there was a line of salt cedars. So we started moving our way along those. We ended up coming to a fence that we had to go under. When we went under those, we made a little bit of noise. So Caden hit a couple cow calls, and I think that got him on his feet and heading towards us, because we're walking, and all of a sudden we saw a glimpse of him. He was walking, he was on his feet, and from there, man, it was on. So previously, in the day, we had been talking in our downtime with Caden about a shot placement, taking shots, and we had talked about, you know, a straight on shot, and how I felt comfortable with it, and he felt like that if I was comfortable with it, he was okay with it. You know, straight on next shot, if it's close, if you're steady, we both felt like it was a doable shot. So we're sitting there, and he's coming towards us, and you know, he's walking. I can't see him. Tyler's got him on the camera, but he's to the left of me, and I can't see him yet. And all of a sudden, man, he steps out, looked right at us, head was up, and he was at 80 yards, man. So I pulled up. I was on him. I made sure Tyler was on him with the camera, and I asked Caden, I said, hey, I'm right on him. He's straight on. Are you okay with the shot? And he said, go ahead and take him, man. So I put it right on him and let it rip. And that 300 short mag just did a number on him. So I shot, took off running, turned, boom, away he went. I racked another shell in. Caden yells, put another one in him. So boom, I shoot. I missed. Caden yells again, put another one in him. I rack it, shoot again, missed again. Next thing I know, off Caden goes. He's running. So, you know, what do? We take off right behind him, and, you know, I'm trying to reload my gun. We're running. We get out to where we can see. Look up, no bull. My heart sank. I'm like, what? Where did he go? Where's he at? You know, I figured he'd be out somewhere where we could see him. I didn't know what was going on. Caden's glass and Tyler's catching up to us, and I just quick took a peek over to my left, and there he was, laying dead. He's dead right on the ground, right where we were at. He went 70 yards. We got over to him, man. There was blood everywhere. That 300 short mag did a number on that bullet.
Did you get it?
Oh, yeah.
He was closer than I thought. Can you put him out?
Woo!
Oh yeah. Good bull, man. We saw him down in the bottom, got up close to him, and he walked right out at like 80 yards, looking right at me, and I shot him, and he probably ran 100 yards. If that. He's done right here, man. Okay.
What are we doing now, Brandon?
Walking back to the truck.
How far?
Well, Brandon got it done in New Mexico, short and sweet, knocked down a monster bull. You're going to want to tune in next week as we're going to go to Ohio, we're going to go to Illinois, and even Ontario for a bear hunt.
And as always, remember, make your next shot
A vital shot.